Hey everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell to share with you today. And this one's going to kind of be a nice, simple paper crafting project. We're only going to do a little bit of stamping. But I am creating this card project for the Inspirations blog hop, and it's our March go about. And this month we're either doing Easter or spring. I've decided to do spring, and I'm going to use the Happy Thoughts sentiment stamp set. I'm going to do the Just Wanted to Send Happy Thoughts Your Way for my card. And I am using a selection of the Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper. So those of you who have been creating with our paper for a while, you know we've got two sides to our paper. So one is usually a nice vibrant print and the other side is usually the more muted pattern. So I'm going to use both sides in my card today. And I'm using Flirty Flamingo, because that seemed like the right color to go with this. So as you can see, I have a card base, nice simple card base. I have a piece of Designer Series paper cut down, so I have about 1/4 of an inch edge around the side. And then I've used my paper snips and I've gone ahead and trimmed out flowers from my paper, right? So you could buy the coordinating stamp sets and you could stamp and color or stamp and paint your own flowers, but I'm just going to use the paper to do the job for me. So I'm going to start by adding my rectangular piece of pattern paper to the front of my card. So this is just going to be like color on color here. And then I want to add my flowers. So these flowers, the original would have been hand painted by one of our artists, and then it was made into our Designer Series paper. I think I'm just going to go with one, but before I put this down, I want to put down my sentiment. So I'm going to stamp with Flirty Flamingo ink my sentiment, and I'm going to put it right here on the bottom edge. So I'm just going to ink that up, and then I'm going to stamp it down here. Now I'm going to stamp it close to that bottom corner because the one flower I cut out is pretty large and I want to be able to see my sentiment. So there's my sentiment, nice and simple, and now I'm going to add my embellishment. So however, I have to turn this to make it kind of fit, and I might need to trim it a little bit. Right? I might need to trim it to fit. So I think, or I can just do that. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to find my dimensionals. I am going to put this on with dimensionals and add them in a few places just to support my edges and whatnot. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the front. So I don't want to hide my words, but I want this to kind of fill the space, so I can turn it around a bit. Let's see. Maybe I'll go like that. Alright, so now you can see I've expanded past my card border. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a trim right along the edge. And I really just have to trim off a little bit there. So there is my springtime card with very little stamping. So pretty simple stamping. Just again, I used Happy Thoughts for my stamp set to get my sentiment, and I did all color on color. And then I just created my embellishment focal point out of my Designer Series paper, right, and popped that up and then trimmed out the edges. And then I do have on my table here, now these are retired, but I know all of you have retired bling in your stashes of supplies as well. I'm just going to add some of these self-adhesive sequins to my card. Actually got to grab the adhesive back on that one. So don't forget, a little bit of bling is fun on a card. Doesn't have to steal away from the focal point, but it can just add a little bit of sparkle. So there we go, guys. I hope you're enjoying our blog hop today, and don't forget, if you're here in the States and we do daylight savings time, tonight is the night we change our clocks. So happy stamping, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye now.